what is something that you can recall? And I know you've been like a mentor and you've helped out working with children, but like, what has been like a fulfilling moment in your life that fuels your soul, where you've helped someone or served as an advisor, served as a mentor, maybe gave that 2 a.m., words of wisdom to someone that needed to have that person on the other end of the phone call, hear them out on something they're going through in terms of adversity. Is there something that you can recall?
Mm. Well, there was quite a few different situations. I think I'll talk about two in particular and just leave it at that because I
Sure.
think it's a testament of it. So, the local church that I worked with was doing a mission trip to Nicaragua. And for those that, understand what mission trips are, the purpose of it is to help out whatever local communities are within that area to support them with whatever goods or supplies. Sometimes it could be education, sometimes it could be medical, depending on whatever the situation may be. So we went out there with, I think, about 20 teenagers, and we had a group of like 20 or so adults as well. And we went out there, and one of the things that impacted me the most is there was one area that had a local community center, and right next to that community center behind it is actually a landfill because the way that they dispose their garbage, it's disposed into a landfill. And because of the deprivation from there, um, there were some kids or different people that would go over the wall to get, different things from the landfill so that they could actually earn money. And when we were providing the supplies and everything, we noticed that this community center did not have a front door. They just
Hmm.
had metal slats, but they didn't really have a front door. And so we were talking through a translator, trying to understand, like, well, how does this work? And why is it that you are safe in this area? And they said something very profound. They said, the reason why that we are so successful in being able to help out the local community is because the local community is actually protecting us because of the fact that we have impacted them so much to help them out.
Wow.
And that really makes a difference. Being able to say that the testament of what we're doing for the local community actually provides a level of protection for us and support for us because we know that you're doing something for the greater good. And I think that was what was very important for me to, understand how that works and how that's processed. And then another experience that came up too is that we had another community service project as part of community food bank in New Jersey. And one of the common things is like, okay, how do we help our local communities? We were actually able to work with them, and we provided like over 300 to 500 boxes of supplies for the local community areas. And being able to, say my efforts is not just about working a job, but my efforts are actually helping somebody else that really needs it the most. It is very rewarding. Like I could go to sleep at night knowing that I made a difference. And I think that's why it's important for us to just challenge others and challenge ourselves to say, how can I help somebody else? Because it's not just fulfilling for them, but it's also fulfilling for us. So I think that those are two examples of what I tend to do and what I feel passionate about.
Well, that's beautiful because when you look at things we've experienced, right? So, like when you look at other countries that are not as fortunate as us, or others within the United States are not as fortunate, like think about times we lose power. I always use this expression when the lights go out. So,
Yeah.
like we lose power, it could be 2 hours, it could be 4 to 5 hours, it could be days, right? Well, it's very humbling because let's say it's nighttime, everything's pitch black, unless you have flashlights, candles, those things, generator. But let's say you're not blessed to have a generator and you have just candles and flashlights and you're going to make do. What's humbling is what's staring at you. Your big flat screen TV, your your electronic devices and various things that require power or require to be charged. And they're just staring at you, and eventually they're not going to function or work. Right. So it becomes simplistic as to what is essential in your life. And, for what you have done and what you've experienced, I'm sure it's taken you to a different place of looking at your life, the blessings that you have, the car that you drive, the clothes, the electricity, the clean water, all the various things we take for granted. It's often humbling if you don't take that pause and experience that power outage every once in a while to understand that all these things stay here. If we die tomorrow, they stay here. We don't take it with us. All these assets and fluffy things that we have and own. Anything you see behind me, I'm not taking this with me. This doesn't come with me,
No.
But beauty is, if you look at that, right, the shirt behind me or the shirt you're wearing, that's a part of my legacy. So God forbid anything happens to me, live your dash. That's going to be our next topic. But like anything that is mine, right? So whether it's my self-reflection journal, whether it's, my Beyond the Legacy mug, whether it's the shirts, the hoodies, all of that is a part of my DNA, and it's part of this Beyond the Legacy brand that is my LLC. But ultimately, it's part of this community, and it's part of folks that are in the United States, outside the United States, wearing it, repping it. And to me, for them to wear it, it means a lot. And that's a part of my legacy. And that's why, in terms of one of my purposes and whys with regards to Beyond the Legacy.